me. We're all glad that you could join us this evening or this afternoon and kind of honor Margaret and Brian. And we appreciate everybody who went to the wedding in Maine and back in September, and this has just gone on and on. So these two met in at Harvard Law School, and then they found out they had a bunch of interests in common. And among these interests are blogging, and I don't know, do you tweet?
He does.
You do? Okay. And so they're very interested in fishing and droning. They have a drone and they fly that, and they're all involved with these different things. And gardening, they have a garden plot that they keep up together and so forth. One of their main interests is traveling, and they've been, to London. Brian's been all over the Middle East, and Margaret too in the Far East, and so in London and Hawaii and any place else.
Wow.
But
Route 1, California.
Route 1, California.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So they plan on going on a safari this summer. So that'll be an experience, and we can all look forward to a lot of blogging on that. So anyway, before we go any further, before supper here, let me introduce Brian's parents, Bon and Martha. If you just stand up. And his aunt and uncle Susie and Mr. Lee are right over here. So really, and brother Andrew and his wife Sylvia, the corporate attorney. And so that's the family that has really.
On our side.
Huh? How about? Okay. This is Hank, the Continental pilot, retired, and his wife Sandra.
My oldest.
53.
Yeah.
53 years.
Okay, and brother Frank, and his wife Jimmy, and sister Helen.
Oldest.
The oldest.
Wisest.
Barbara and I are the smartest. Just so you know.
And John and his wife, and
I'm the biggest.
You're the middle, the most confused. The peacemaker.
So we're also real happy to have a relative of mine. He's my fourth cousin, 3 times removed, from White River, Arizona, George Ivins. And so we were glad that they could make it under the weather conditions and everything else. It's really nice that they could come down and see us. So when the kids are blogging, I just want them to remember a few words of wisdom and ideas. So I took a couple of quotations here. One was from, the 3 of them are from Ben Franklin, and I always like to work with Franklin's quotation. It says, the doors of wisdom are never shut. And then he says, one today, of course, is worth 2 tomorrows. And they believe in that philosophy because they're always fishing or traveling or doing something else. And then he said, marriage is the most natural state of happiness for man and woman. And so I thought that was very nice. As they're fishing, they want to remember something that Heraclitus said. No man ever steps twice into the same river. So, good advice for taking advantage of the day. And then this finally from Isaac Walton, a man who wrote The Complete Angler. Okay? It says, oh, the gallant fisher's life. It is the best of any. 'Tis full of pleasure, void of strife, and 'tis beloved by many. So, you can't beat that. We wish you well.
Yes.
It's wonderful that everybody could share in your journey that's coming up. And I know it's a little hackneyed, but we wish them the best on their journey in life. And at this point, let me mention that at the end of this evening, when you decide that you've had enough, you can, Barbara has some, what?
Yeah,
what do you call them?
they're gonna be right over here.
Some little treats that you can pick up,
Takeaways.
takeaways, and that'll be fine. And then, at this point, I believe, unless someone else has something to say, that
Sylvia?
that the buffet line is open, and you're gonna kind of lead us where we're supposed to go over here? Okay, and so you're on your own.
Yes.
Wait, no.
Kiss. Kiss.